All right, good afternoon again. This is the class for 9002, lesson number 2. The topic is about jobs. You're going to talk about present and past jobs. The core language is going to be talking about jobs, as I said, and in grammar is the verb to be in past in the format of was or were. All right? Okay, so we are going to start with the reading. I'm going to ask you to look at the topics. What can you see as jobs in the photographs? So try to think. What photographs are being shown? The first photographs. What is the first photograph about? It is about a person that is cooking, right? So a cook person. A cook. Picture letter B. What can you see in picture letter B? It's an office manager. Picture letter C. Picture letter C is a shop assistant because the person is in a bakery. Can you see the bakery? Selling sweets, bread, and all kind of stuff. So it's a shop assistant. And then in picture letter D, yes, it's down there, there is a journalist. A journalist is a person that can work on television, maybe a radio or a newspaper, and that person investigates, that's research and interviews people. So that's a journalist. They are all jobs from Rob's life. Which job do you think was his first job? We have all had first jobs, right? Not only as professionals, but we all work from time to time, like to get a living. And maybe it's your case, maybe you work at the weekends or after university classes. I don't know. Some people have online jobs, all kinds of jobs. For me, in my case, I started working when I was 15. When did you start working? Okay, so let's talk about Rob. It is his life. It says, life's work. Business journalist Rob Lewis talks about his job, the first, the best, and the worst. There's always a best, right? First and the worst. So let's read it. What was your first job? When I was 15, please notice that when you talk about the age, you use the verb to be. When I was, and then the number, all right? When she was, when we were, when you were, and then the number. You don't use have to talk about the age. You use the verb to be. So let's go back. When I was 15, I was a shop assistant in a bakery at the weekend. I was at work by 6 a.m. every Saturday and Sunday. That was really difficult. I'm not an early morning person. Are you an early morning person, by the way? Not many people are early morning persons. It's difficult to wake up early, right? So, about his first job, it says that it was being a shop assistant at a bakery. So it is picture letter C, right? And the good thing is that it was his first job, but the bad thing is that it was difficult for him to wake up so early every Saturday and Sunday. Then we continue with what was your best job? My job now, I am a journalist. It's well paid and it's different every day. I'm often on planes or trains and in hotels and offices around the world, and I meet lots of interesting people. It's a great job, really. So, in his opinion, the job that he has now in present is the best. Since he is talking about the present, can you see the difference? When he was talking about the past, when he was talking about when he was 15, he says, when I was 15, I was a shop assistant, right? Now, if we are talking about the present, like now, in the second paragraph, it says, I am a journalist. It is well paid. There you have an adjective to talk about jobs. well paid is the opposite of badly paid. And that means that you receive good money for your job, right? The good thing is that the person travels a lot and meets lots of interesting people. So, what was your worst job? When I was 18, I was a cook in a fast food restaurant for a few months. The managers weren't very nice, and the job was boring and badly paid. It was very hot in there too. Terrible. So again, here we are talking about his worst job, that it was to be a cook in a fast food restaurant. So again, we're talking about the past. And again, we said in the first paragraph, when I was 15. In the second paragraph, it is past present. I am a journalist. You see? The first paragraph, I was a shop assistant. Past. Second paragraph, I am a shop assistant. I am a journalist. I'm sorry. And the third paragraph, when I was 18, I was a cook. Right? Now, talking about adjectives, it says, what was the job like? The job was boring and badly paid. It was boring. Now, pay attention to the end of this. Boring. I don't have a marker here to show you. I wish I had. But okay, if you say boring, it's not the same as bored. B-O-R-E-D. Bored is when you feel bored. When you say, estoy aburrido, I am bored. But when you describe something, you say, it is boring with ing at the end. And what's the difference with the job now? Is that the job now as a journalist is well paid, but the job in the past is badly paid, right? Is a job for life a good thing? Not for me. After university, I was a marketing assistant for 4 years. It was okay, but it wasn't very interesting. Then I was an office manager. That was good, but it was always the same. I think change is good for you. You know, in the past, people used to think that getting one job for the rest of their life was the best. Like, people could work for 40 years in the same place. If you talk to your grandparents, it is going to be like that. Now the change is good. Okay, let's you can read it again. I'm going to do the exercise number 3. Please pause the video. To exercise number 3. Read the text again, listen to it again, do the activity, and after that, listen to it again. Come back, because now I'm going to give you the answers, all right? Okay, it says, read the interview again. Rob's job in the correct order from the past to now. So what was in the past? What is it now? Number 1, it's given. It's letter B. He was a shop assistant. Then we have number 2 is letter D, a cook. 3A, marketing assistant. 4, marketing assistant's letter E. I'm sorry, I couldn't see it right. 4, letter A, he was an office manager. And 5 is letter C, that it's a journalist, because that's what he's doing now, right? Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to ask you to listen now, because we have some expressions that describe a job. First, we are going to look at them. Easy is the opposite as difficult. We all know that. It's something you already know. Interesting. Look at the red dot on top. They tell you when to stress the voice. Well, paid. Different every day. Great. Terrible. Badly paid. Difficult. Boring. The same every day. Match with the opposites about jobs. The opposite is the antonym. And now listen. The idea is that you can listen and repeat so you can practice the pronunciation, all right? Let me see if the audio works well for you. And remember, listen and repeat.
Track 12.
1.
1.
Easy.
Easy.
Difficult.
Difficult. Notice the pronunciation. I'm going to play that again because it's not easy. Like with the S, it's easy. It's like with a little vibration.
1.
Easy.
Easy.
Difficult.
Difficult.
2.
Interesting.
Interesting, not interesting.
Boring.
Interesting. The opposite of boring.
3.
Well paid.
Badly paid. 4.
Different every day.
The same every day. 5.
Great.
Terrible.
Some other options that you can use. If you can think about more options to describe a job, they're all welcome. Okay, so because sometimes jobs can be really hard, very easy, or maybe they can be more than boring, they can be exhausting or impossible. Also, like something positive is like you feel that people make you feel loved, or people make you feel that they respect your job, like respected. There are many adjectives you can use about a job. So let's think about them and we will discuss them later. I will open a forum, all right, where we are going to interact. Because that's going to be in our lesson 2, something that is mandatory, an obligation, that we can use the forum, interact, and then reply to one of the members of the group. Talking about grammar, I want you to pay attention to of was, were, wasn't, and weren't. Remember that it is I was or I wasn't. And a question is, was I? For example, I was 15. I wasn't 16. Was I 15? Yes, I was. Where was I? I was in the kitchen. It's weird to say ¿dónde estaba yo? But it can happen in different situations. With you, you say you were, you weren't. Were you? In an example, you were sick. You weren't healthy. Were you sick? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Where were you? I was in the kitchen. And again, the kitchen. With he or she was. He or she wasn't. Was she? She was well paid. She wasn't badly paid. Was she well paid? Yes, she was. No, she wasn't. Where was she? She was in the kitchen. and we and they and so on and so forth. Now look at the activities in yellow. They are always in yellow activities of grammars, you remember. The first one, it's positive, it's affirmative. Then you do it with a negative, the questions that you answer with yes or no, and that would be it. So complete it, pause the video, because now I'm going to give you the answers, okay, right? So pause the video. Did you? Okay, I hope you did, because now I'm going to give you the answers. When I was 15, I was a shop assistant. You were in the office. He was an office manager. We were at the party. They were at home. Negative. I wasn't there. She wasn't at the party. They weren't in the office. Was it interesting? Were they at the party? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Yes, they were. No, they weren't. Now, this is an example of something that I love doing in tests. So more than anything, in my tests, you will see a lot of interaction, questions like in context, because I want you to use your English especially in real life situations, more than like book activities. So this is going to be useful for you to practice. Sally talks about her first job. Complete the gaps with was, where, wasn't, weren't, and then listen to check. Try to do it on your own. The technique is that you read it first. It says, when I was at the university in 2007, an assistant in a clothes shop. The shop near the university saw a lot of customers, students. One of the other assistants, a student too, but the others, the job was okay, but it well paid. It was a good first job, but it a job for life for me. Pause the video again. Do the activity. Did you do it? Now listen.
Track 14. When I was at university in 2007, I was an assistant in a clothes shop. The shop was near the university, so a lot of our customers were students. One of the other assistants was a student too, but the others weren't. The job was okay, but it wasn't well paid. It was a good first job, but it wasn't a job for life for me.
And there you are. Now, I'll give the instructions for the forum. You will see them written, but anyway, I want you to check them too, as well. It says, think about your jobs and the jobs of someone you know well. First job, best job, and worst job. All right? So, I'm going to give you the instructions in the forum because you have to. Number 1, the questions, talk about you. And number 2, ask questions about your other classmates and interact with them. The minimum of interaction is 1. So you answer to your own, and also you make comments about any friend of your class. All right, so that would be it. Remember that our lesson number 3 is going to be together for our class date. For our class date for lesson number 3. Remember that for class 9026, the class will be on Monday 23rd at 8:15. Then for class 900213, it would be at 8:15 of Tuesday the 24th. And so I'll see you there. It's going to be with this platform. I don't remember the name, but I sent it to you, the notifications of the Aula Virtual. Remember, you can write any comments. You can do it here in my YouTube channel, or you can write comments in the Aula Virtual, or you can write some comments also with questions to my email address, that is Profesora Daniela Guerra. Remember, my name is with double L, at gmail.com. Best of luck. Stay healthy, stay clean, have fun.